Hello and welcome everyone to Streak's webinar. Our topic for today is going to be very interesting. We will be mainly focusing on creating strategies using indicators not only that belong to the particular stock on which we are trading, but we will also be including indicators from the index like Nifty, the sector index in the strategy to ensure that we are trading along with the overall trend of the market. This webinar and all the information contained herein is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as trading or investment advice. Streak AI Technologies does not provide any trading or investment advice. So let us start with the webinar today. First, we'll go and see what topics we'll be covering today. First of all, we'll go through the introduction of the topic, then we'll see some applications of what we're going to learn today. We'll see some examples of scanners, some examples of strategies, and then we'll learn about dynamic contracts. It is a new feature that we have recently launched. It is a very exciting feature and I'm very sure all of you are going to love this feature. We'll talk about open interest, we'll discuss about put call ratio and how to use it in your strategy, and in the end we will conclude this webinar. So what are we going to learn today? Most of the discussed methods focus on analyzing the particular stock only on which the trade is going to be initiated, right? So if you are planning to let's say trade SBIN, you will be focusing on all the indicators which are calculated based on SBIN only. But in this webinar, we will see how we can incorporate analysis from other index and stocks or options contract. For example, a trader trading in a stock of a particular sector can include trend or other indicators from the sector index or the Nifty as well. So how is this method going to help? Using this approach, a trader can follow a top-down approach to analyzing and creating strategy. So basically, first we will be focusing on the index, and then we'll be focusing on the sector, and then we'll see how it is impacting the stock. We will create conditions on the stock itself and check the indicators belonging to that particular stock. Even if we use multiple indicators in our strategy, all the indicators are essentially being calculated from the data of the same stock, right? So for example, even if you are using RSI, MACD, moving averages, all these different indicators in your strategy, but all these indicators are basically being calculated from the data of the same stock, correct? So whatever happens in this stock, let's say there is some noise in the stock price, it is going to reflect on all these indicators. Including indicators from other instruments can provide additional confirmation and noise reduction in the strategy. So this is a scanner example which we will be seeing. What we are doing over here is essentially we are checking a trend on the Nifty index, then we will check the trend on the Bank Nifty index, and then we will check the trend of the stock itself. So let's go to the chart and see how it actually works. Here we have the Nifty chart, and here we are having the Bank Nifty chart. This is 10 WMA and this is basically 20 WMA. So whenever the index is below the 10 WMA, it means there is a bearish trend, right? As you can see in both the cases, whenever it is below the 10 WMA or 20 WMA also, you can consider any one of them, it means that the index is having a bearish trend. So we'll be using this condition in our scanner, and then ultimately we will be using the crossover of these two indicators. Whenever the faster moving average crosses below the slower moving average, it indicates a bearish signal. Same way we'll be using it in our strategy or the scanner, both the things. So let us go to the Streak platform. To open Streak, what you'll have to do is you'll have to visit this website, streak.your broker's name and then .com. So, or you can directly open streak.tech and visit the website. So yeah, this is the Streak platform, and let us go to the scanners and see how we are going to create it. We'll click on the create button over here. We are dealing with banks, and banks will be under the financials sector. So let us go ahead and select financials, and then here we'll go ahead and select the time frame. Let us say I want to create my scanner on 1 hour time frame. I'll choose 1 hour. You can change the chart type also over here. There are two options available, and now we'll be using the symbol function over here. What does symbol function do is it helps us get indicators from other sectors or stocks. For example, right now I'm doing my scans on financials, but I actually want to get an indicator, or I want to create a condition on Nifty index itself. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using symbol function. Inside that I'll type Nifty 50 index, and then here I will say close price of the index should be lower than, that means it should be bearish trend. Okay, close lower than WMA 10, and then we'll add another condition in which we will be including the trend of the Bank Nifty index. Again, we'll be using the symbol function. Here we will say Bank Nifty. We'll select the Bank Nifty index. Here also we'll say close of the Bank Nifty index has to be lower than what? It has to be lower than WMA 10. And now finally we are going to check the conditions on the stocks, all the stocks in the financial sector. So for that we'll now do not have to use the symbol function, because we want to check the condition on the stocks itself. So I will simply say WMA. Which WMA? We want WMA 10 this time. WMA 10 has to be lower than what? It has to be lower than WMA 20, right? So let's give it a name. Scanner example 1232, some number I'll give, and then let us run the scanner. So these are the stocks matching our matching the conditions that we have created over here. Right now the Bank Nifty close price should be lower than WMA 10 on the 1 hour time frame. For Bank Nifty the same condition, and for these stocks WMA 10 should be lower than WMA 20. So this is what the condition outside the symbol means. All these stocks are matching this last condition, and these conditions are being checked on the index itself. Now this will include some other financial stocks as well. So if you want to just filter out banks, you can just type bank here. It will show you all the banking stocks only. Now what we are going to do is, let's go and see what we are going to cover next. We will be creating a strategy based on the same conditions on which we have created the scanner. So let us go and see how we are going to do it, and while doing so I'll also show you an interesting features in this scanner. So we have created the scanner, right? Now let us say you want this scanner to run automatically. In that case what you can do is you can click on the take live button. Once you click here, it will ask you for alert frequency. What it essentially means is how frequently you want this scanner to run automatically. Let's say I want this scanner to run automatically every 15 minutes. I can select 15 minutes, or let's say you want it to run more frequently. Every 1 minute this scanner should run. So you can select 1 minute over here and click on take live. Now what will happen is Streak system will automatically run this scanner for you, and it will keep sending you alerts whenever the conditions are met. So we were going to create the strategy right now. Interestingly, we do not have to create all these conditions again. We have a convert into strategies button over here, which is going to help us directly convert it into a strategy. So let's click here. So now we have directly created our scanner into a strategy. We'll be changing the time frame. Let's change for 5 minutes, since we want to focus on intraday strategy, and I'll be entering some bank stocks. I have already created a basket. So let me show you how baskets can be created. You can go here, you have the options of basket over here. You can click here, create basket. You'll be able to create your basket and use it in your strategy like I have done. I did not have to put all these stocks individually. I just typed the name of the basket and they appeared. right? Here you can choose your quantity of trading. Here you will be choosing position. Since we have created a bearish position, we'll go with sell. Now this is a very interesting strategy because Bank Nifty has actually been very bullish in last couple of months, but we are actually creating a sell strategy. So we'll be showing how you can create successful counter trend strategies as well. Here we want to add an exit condition. So the strategy should actually exit if WMA 10 crosses above WMA 20, and we would also want to exit if 1% stop loss is hit or 2% target is hit. In the advanced option, we'll be choosing some options over here. We want to change the chart type to Heikin Ashi for extra smoothing. It will provide extra smoothing to the moving averages, and then after, once we are ready, we can give it a name. I'll again give it some random name, and you can choose your name, of course, as per your preference. And then let us go ahead and run this strategy. We are ready to run. We'll click on save and backtest, and the strategy has started running. We have started getting the results over here. This over here is showing you the returns which we would have got. Here we see the total number of signals, wins, losses, winning streak, losing streak, max drawdown. And then if you want to do some in-depth analysis, you can simply click on the stock over here. You have the brokerage button. You can use that to apply brokerage. We have transaction details over here, which will show you all the transactions which have taken place during the back test. And then there are certain metrics over here available which are going to help you analyze more about the backtest results. You can learn more about the backtest parameters by going to our manual over here. We have a manual where everything is explained. So once you are happy with this strategy, what you can do is, before that, let me also show you, we are showing cumulative data over here. So basically it is combining all the results from all the individual stocks and showing you in one over here. Now let's say I'm very happy, I want to go and live trade. I can click on deploy. You can choose all these options over here, and then you can click on either paper trade or live trade. Paper trade will be using virtual capital. It will not be using real capital. So what will essentially happen is you can double check your strategy. First test we did in the back testing, and the second test you can do in live trading in form of paper trades. And then once you're happy with the strategy, you can go ahead and deploy the strategy in the live market as well. So let's go ahead and move ahead with our presentation. So let's see what we'll be seeing next. So next we are going to learn about dynamic contracts. While we are learning about strategies, let us also learn about dynamic contracts. So what are dynamic contracts? Let's say you have created or let's say you have done some analysis on Nifty and you want to take trades in options. Every time at the money, in the money and out of the money contracts will keep changing with the underlying, correct? Now you don't have to worry about this. The system will automatically choose these strikes depending on the price of the underlying. I'll explain you more while we keep creating the strategy. Let us go to the Streak platform and see how is this going to work. So let's go to the Streak platform. Here we'll go and click on create strategy since we want to create a new strategy. So if you want to use options, you always have to switch to the advanced strategies. We'll click here and we'll switch to the advanced strategies. Here we can add the dynamic contracts. Let's say I want to add some banks. I'll be adding Federal Bank. Okay, so you just have to type the name of the stock, you have to add it, then you'll click on this symbol over here to create a dynamic contract, right? These are some options that you have to choose while creating your dynamic contract. Here you will choose your contract type. Do you want call option or do you want put option? Here you will select offset from ATM. Now this is very important to understand. 0 means the at the money price itself. So whenever trade is initiated, the system will be trading on the at the money contract if you choose 0 as the offset. If you want to use one strike above the at the money, you will be using 1 over here. If you want to use one strike below the at the money, you will be using -1 over here. So we want to go with the at the money only, we'll be going with 0 over here, and then you have to choose the expiry. Do you want the next month or the current month expiry? You can choose the expiry type. Monthly is available right now, we'll soon be adding weekly as well. You have the order type. Now you can individually choose the position for your individual contracts. Do you want to go long when the conditions are met? You want to go long or you want to go short? So what we are going to do over here is we are creating a strategy wherein we are going to create a bullish strategy, bullish condition. So what we'll do is, if we are using call option and your view is bullish, you are definitely going to go long or you are going to buy the call option, right? So we'll be selecting long over here. We'll be putting a put option also later on, and then in that case what option we'll be selecting, that also I'll show you. Here you have the candle frequency, very important option again. So this basically means which price do you have to take in reference to calculate the at the money contract. So if I use day open price, so what will happen is, throughout the day whenever I get the entry signal, my at the money price will be selected based on the day open price. Whereas let's say I want to update it based on the price at what the signal came, so I can use the candle over here. Now what will happen is, the at the money contract will be selected based on the price of the candle, closing price of the candle on which signal came. So let's say Nifty is very volatile, it is moving 200-300 points in a day, and you do not want to stick with day open price for choosing the ATM. In that case you can go for the candle itself. It will keep updating the at the money price or the contracts depending on when the signal was generated. So let's select candle only for our example over here, then we'll be clicking on done. And now let me also show you what will happen if we choose put option. Since we are going to create a bullish condition over here, what I'll do is I'll choose the same Federal Bank. So let's say I want to use the put option also. Since this is a bullish strategy, the conditions which we are going to put over here are going to be bullish conditions. So what happens when the market view is up but you want to trade put option? You will be selling put option, right? So I'll be choosing short over here, and then again we'll go with the candle only. I'll click on done. Time frame will be selecting 5 minutes. Let's add one more contract. Let's say I want to add one more. We'll add one more Axis Bank over here. So again let's go with the call option only and we'll choose long. And now remember, when you're using dynamic contracts, the position over here doesn't matter. This matters only if you're using stocks or futures contracts in your strategy. But when you are using dynamic contracts, this will not matter. The position will happen using what option you have selected inside in the order type. So I hope this point is very clear. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. I'll be definitely helping you out. Let's choose quantity of trade over here. So again, now likewise you can add many banks, and for this example we'll be using conditions. We'll be creating conditions on the Bank Nifty index. So let us say I'll put Bank Nifty index over here. Bank Nifty index. So whenever the Bank Nifty index close price crosses above super trend. Super trend is an indicator, and close crosses above super trend is basically a bullish condition. close clauses above super trend, we'll use the default parameters only for our example. So what we are saying over here is on Bank Nifty index, whenever there is a bullish signal, I want to trade these banks, right? The option contracts of these banks. Now we'll be using a slightly higher stop loss over here and slightly higher target profit, because obviously what happens is options are much more volatile than the stock itself. You'll need to use a little larger number in stop loss and target profit. Again, exit condition, we are not putting any exit condition over here. We'll be just exiting based on the stop loss and target. In the advanced option, we'll be again changing it to Heikin Ashi, and then let us give it a name. Dynamic contract strategy, and then now we are ready to run our analysis, run our backtest. Let us run and see what kind of results we are getting. So our analysis has started running, and here we have got the results as well. So this is how you can create strategies using dynamic contracts. And if you still have confusion, let me show you the transaction details. Here you will see that the price or the strike price basically is changing all the time. Here we are using 88 call option, here we are using 83, 83 again, 84 over here, 87. So whatever the price was there, so at let's say this buy happened at 2 p.m. right? So whatever the price of Federal Bank was at 2 p.m. on 26th Feb, according to that, the at the money strike has been automatically selected by the system. So this is going to be very, very helpful and very, very useful feature. Now let's see what we are going to cover next. Before we move ahead in this presentation, I would like to introduce two terms. The first is open interest, and then we'll learn about the put call ratio. So what is open interest? I hope most of you would already be knowing or having at least some idea about open interest. Basically, in simplest language, what it means is the total number of outstanding futures or options contract for a particular market. This applies only to futures and options market. It does not apply to the spot market. Open interest provides a more accurate picture of options trading activity and whether money is flowing into the future option or out of the future. Whether the money is flowing into the futures and options market or out of the futures and options market. So a set number of shares are listed on the exchange when the company goes IPO, right? There is a fixed number of shares, or there are fixed number of shares which are being listed on the exchange. Trading happens in those fixed number of shares only. However, a fixed number of futures and options contract are not listed. Contracts are created when a seller and a buyer agree to create contracts by entering in a trade. So basically, whenever two people agree to trade with each other, it is at that time contracts are being created, and the contracts are not created in all the scenarios. There are only some scenarios in which, so whenever new contracts are being added by the traders, only in those scenarios the OI will increase. Here I have distinguished between volume and open interest, so it will make things a little bit clear. What is volume? So volume increases every time a contract is created or closed. In both the scenarios, volume will increase, but open interest will increase only when new contracts are created. In case new contracts are closed, the open interest will be decreasing, which is the second point, I think. Yes, the total volume cannot decrease. Total volume will can remain same, but it will not decrease definitely. But total open interest decreases when contracts are closed. It is a total of all the transactions taking place. Volume is total of all the transactions taking place, whereas open interest is total of all the outstanding or open contracts. It indicates cash flow in and out of the market. So this is about open interest. You can learn more about open interest also. Soon I'll be coming up with an article on our blog. You can refer to our blog as well, or join us on our blog, blog.streak.tech. There I'll be explaining about open interest in detail. And if you have any doubts, again, you have the comment section. You can write to me over there, or you can write to us on our support email ID as well, support@streak.tech. I repeat again, support@streak.tech. So next we are going to learn about put call ratio. First we learned about open interest because we are going to use open interest to calculate the put call ratio. Put call ratio can help traders to determine the sentiment of the market. So it is basically a kind of a sentiment indicator. The ratio helps us compare if puts or calls are being bought. If more puts or calls are being bought, which one people are like, where is the buying interest right now, or where is the selling interest right now? Is it in puts or is it in calls? Some traders use the total volume and some use the total open interest to calculate put call ratio. But since open interest is a better measure of the money flowing in and out of the futures market, we are going to use the open interest to calculate the put call ratio. Put call ratio higher than 1 indicates more puts are being bought, and less than 1 indicates more calls are being bought as compared to puts. Since a high PCR indicates bearishness and a low one indicates bullishness, the indicator is often also used as a contrary indicator, similar to overbought and oversold levels. So for example, if they are in some normal range, we can use it as a normal buy and sell indicator, or bullish or bearish indicator. But then if the value goes to extreme levels where it generally doesn't go, in that case we can use it as a contrary indicator as well. Let us say if the put call ratio goes to 1.8 or 1.9, in that case we can say the market has become so extremely bearish that there is no chance now, no bears are left in the market. So in that case you can use it as a contrary indicator. The best level to trade can be found with backtesting, as it differs from stock to stock. So there is no particular fixed level which works best for all the stocks or all the index. You'll have to do some analysis, you'll have to do some backtest and check. So let me also show you the options chain, and let's see how it works. We'll refer to the NSE India website. On Google, you simply have to type Nifty options chain and you'll get the link. This is the options chain. Here you can see the open interest of each strike. These are call options, these are put options. Here the open interest of each strike from the puts, and here in the end you will see the total open interest for the puts over here, total open interest for the calls over here. So we essentially have to divide this number with this number to get the put call ratio. That is what we are going to see how we can do it on Streak platform, and we'll not have to do the calculation manually. We'll just create the condition once in the strategy, and the strategy will do it for us. So let us go to the Streak platform again. I have actually already created this strategy, so let me just show you for simplicity purpose. Put call ratio, yeah. So let me edit this. So this is how you have to create the strategy. Here I have included the at the money price, one strike above and one strike below, for simplicity of understanding. But in when you are actually doing it, or when you are creating your strategy for your own trading purpose, what you can do is you will have to use a slightly more number of contracts. So you can go for 10 contracts above at the money and 10 contracts below at the money for creating your own put call ratio. Here I have just used one contract above and one contract below, so that it does not get very complicated. During the starting phase of the month, if you're trading in the first week, you can go for 10 contracts each on each side, and as and when the expiry nears, let's say there are only 2 weeks left to the expiry, in that case you can reduce it to 5 to 7. So let me just quickly explain you how it is created. I have opened a bracket over here, and then I have again used a symbol function. You already know how and why do we use symbol function. Inside the symbol function I have put the contract. So let me just create it over here. So this is how you actually put the bracket. You simply have to type the bracket, then I'll put symbol function, and I'll put Nifty 15, the strike price, and as you can see March put option is over here. Yeah, I can select it, and then here I want the open interest, so I'll put open interest, and then similarly I'll add the other symbol function and add the open interest of the other strike. I'll again add the open interest of the other strike. I'll close the bracket. So these are all the added put option open interest, and that we have to divide by the summation of all the open interest of the call options, which we are doing over here, right? So again you will close the bracket over here, and then over here what we are saying is when this ratio crosses above 1.2, so higher than 1 actually already means there are a lot of put option open interest, but then we are putting a condition of 1.2 for additional bearishness. That is why you have seen that we are putting a sell condition over here. Here we have selected 5-minute time frame. We have added some stocks from different sectors. We have stocks from I think here we are using some automobile stocks, and then we are using some FMCG and the banks as well, and the condition is basically created on Nifty using Nifty put and call options. Here we have 1% stop loss, 2% target. Again, now here we are trading not on options contract. We are just using options contract to create or calculate our put call ratio, but in actual we are trading in the stocks itself. That is why we are using a little less stop loss and target. Now you can give it a name. You can click here, complete the strategy details. So I think okay, yeah, so here there is an additional condition which I had created to explain you, and now once you have created the conditions, you can simply click here, you can run the back test and see how it works. So there is only one thing that you will have to do. You will have to update the contracts whenever Nifty moves a lot and it goes out of this contracts range. In that case you'll have to update it, but we'll soon be introducing dynamic contracts inside the symbol function as well, so your work will become even more easy. You will not have to update it manually. The contracts will get updated. So we have already seen this strategy. Now we have come to the conclusion of this webinar. A top-down approach can be incorporated in strategies using indicators from the index. It can help in trading along with the trend of the overall market, which we have already seen. The dynamic contracts feature will help automatically select appropriate strike price. Open interest differs from the volume. Open interest is a better measure of activity in the derivatives market. Put call ratio can be used as a sentiment indicator. Backtesting should be carried out to find the appropriate put call ratio for each sector and stock, right? So how to do the backtest we have already learned. If you have any doubts, then you can always contact us. So thank you everyone. Thank you for being with me towards the end of this webinar. It's a pleasure to have all of you towards the end of the webinar. For any queries or suggestions, please feel free to write to us on our email ID support@streak.tech. You can follow us on these mediums as well, YouTube, Twitter, and then you can follow us on, you can join us on Telegram as well. And if you are logging in for the first time on the platform, you'll get an option of demo request. You can provide your number over here and book a demo request. If you have any feedbacks regarding the webinar or the platform, if you have any queries, we are always there. You can reach out to me on my email ID. You can reach out to my team, Streak team, on support@streak.tech. You can also write your views or suggestions or feedback in the comments. Thank you everyone. Take care. See you next time.